Hello, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to let you in a secret. I used to make a famous carrot cake every day for a restaurant. They always said carrot cake shouldn't have nuts. I take it a step further and say it shouldn't have raisins or dates. This is a carrot cake for the pure pleasure of carrots and cream cheese and lots of sugar. So, let's get started. First off, I've got two 9-inch cake pans. And what I've done is I've buttered them, then I've cut out a piece of parchment. All you have to do is put the pan on the parchment paper, trace around, and then cut just inside so it'll fit in the inside. Put it inside, then I grease that, and then you flour. You just put some flour and you roll it around until it's all covered. It looks like this. And I had done this earlier, so I had it in the fridge so that the butter would set. And these hot studio lights I don't want to melt. Alright, so there are two of those. Alright, here we go. So I have 4 eggs that I've left out a little bit because I need to add a cup of melted butter. I don't want the butter hot, so once again I've let this sit a minute. And the eggs are sat because I don't want to make scrambled eggs and I don't want to congeal the butter up. I'm going to use a flat beater, and really the other way to make this is to have a decent mixer. This is, a pretty good sized mixer. It'll definitely do the job. So I just want to get these eggs started, and while that's running, I'm probably not going to be able to hear me a whole lot. We're going to start this off. Alright, got a cup of butter in there, and then we're just going to mix it together. So I've mixed it. Should take about 45 seconds to get it all mixed. So now I have a good mixture in here. Everything's homogenized. And I want to add 2 cups of sifted flour. I love using a paper plate because I can kind of bend it. Shape. Just kind of knock it in here. Learned the hard way over the years, you don't want to throw this up on high or have powder flour everywhere. So I'm going to start this off real low, just get everything mixed. Okay, I just want to get that flour flat. Now I've got a cup and a half granulated sugar. And in here I have half a teaspoon of salt. I have a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. So let's get this in over here. Should we get all that baking powder in there? That's just going to make it rise. Alright, now once again I'm going to start real slow. I really only need to beat this for a little less than a minute. Okay, the This is perfect. So really now what I need to do is I've got the main ingredient, the carrots. I've got 2.5 cups. These are just matchstick carrots that I get from the grocery store. This is a 10-ounce bag. It works out perfectly. Dump these in here. Once again, I really don't want to whip this. I just want to incorporate. So I'm just going to use the low speed. So don't throw carrots everywhere like that. Okay, that's all it's going to take. Now, of course, the important part is I need to clean off the paddle. If you have a decent mixer, it should incorporate everything. You shouldn't have a whole bunch of anything stuck on the edges. This one does a pretty good job. This is actually like my third one. I used to use them a lot, so I'd wear them out. Trying to make as much cake as I can. I don't want it to be all carrots. There's got to be some cake in there. And that's the only thing that usually sticks to the beater. So basically now, just make sure it's all incorporated. Everything's evenly mixed. Perfect. Don't see anything in the bottom. I'll show you my little trick. Put this out of the way. It's heavy. So the thing I found with this is it tends to rise a lot, so you might be able to put it all in one pan, but I find it gets so high that sometimes you get a little run over, so overflows a little bit. So what I like to do is we're just going to split it up here. This has a nice consistency, good cake batter. As you saw, this is like super easy, super easy. You know what you're thinking, what's going to happen to these carrots? So, this has to go in the oven for 1 hour, 15 minutes at 350. It's going to give plenty of time to turn the carrots into nothing. Not concerned about making this exactly even. Just want to make sure I can coat the bottom. Which I'll do in a second. That to be exact, we want to get as much out of here as we can. Call this So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my pan, a little rumble with it. oven. This is really all I need to do. Alright, I have two evenly matched. I'm going to put them in the oven at 350. It's going to give me time. I need to get all this mess cleaned up so I can show you how to make the icing for it. We'll be back to get that done. Thank you. So I just got these out of the oven. They're still really hot, but I wanted to show you a little trick. So I know we've got the parchment paper underneath, but before anything starts to congeal again, if you can put your hand on the top of the cake, which is the surface that you really want on the bottom, I'm going to show you a cool trick. You have to have a cooling rack for each one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just put it on, flip it over, set it down. And the cake's cool, but the pan's still really, really hot. Put it down. I should be able to. Voila, perfect. These are perfect. They just need to cool down because you can't ice them when they're this hot. But you want that top part, which is a little more solid, on the bottom of the cooling rack, otherwise it would leave indents. We're just going to give this, probably need about 10 minutes to cool. So I'm going to start the icing in a minute, so we'll come back and these will cool down just a little bit. Okay, as you saw before, the cakes are out. They're cool enough, so I want to start the icing. The icing is going to take about 2 minutes to make. I've got half a stick or quarter cup of butter in here that is room temperature and 12 ounces of cream cheese. I recommend your standard cakes and cream cheese, not the whipped stuff, for consistency. So what I want to do now is I just want to start getting the butter and cream cheese incorporated. Okay, I've got a pretty good mixture. Now I need to put some vanilla extract. I don't use vanilla flavoring, I don't think it tastes the same. So I want 2 good teaspoons of extract. We really need to beat this pretty good. This is the only thing that's really going to take any time. So if I have to, I'll stop and scrape down the bowl, but pretty much we're going to let this rip. Perfect. So it's a good consistency. It's kind of whipped up now. Now I have 2.5. Some at a time. Keep it in here. So it's nice to use paper plates. You can kind powdered sugar is just so fun to work with. And always sift a little extra because it always sticks. Alright, now once again, I can't start this off too high. I'm going to put powdered sugar. I'll probably get a little around, but just want to start real low. And let this incorporate, mix together a little bit. So now the consistency, it's kind of like dough. It's getting kind of like in balls. So now I can turn it up gradually to higher and higher until I get a real good blend on it. Off the beater just a little bit here. Just gonna get it out here and scrape this top side here. So by sifting the powdered sugar and using powdered sugar, you get a nice smooth consistency. Get my bowl off from here. Move this out of the way. Check to make sure everything is mixed up real good. Get the beater as clean as I can. We're going to need just about all this. Got it. This will set real good once you get it in the refrigerator, so we'll get this iced and put it in the refrigerator. That's why I don't like refrigerating the icing after you make it while you're waiting for the cake, because it's really nice and spreadable now. Grab my plate, decorate on. Grab layer number one. So I like it. I like to taste the cake, not the icing. If you ever had a cake that had too much icing on it, it's usually because they were trying to fill flaws in the cake, like around the edges. So this is a little trick I learned. Put a little bit here. If your cake slides around too much, you put a little icing on the bottom, frosting, and that'll kind of tack in place. Our cake has a high density, so it's not like you're working with a regular like a white cake or a chocolate cake. So it's not as fragile. Alright, so I got a pretty nice little layer on there. So I'm not trying to fill any divots. So, up. I said I don't want too much of these things, so I'm just going to get this nice even coat all around. Kind of drooling, makes it hard to talk. Do here. Edge. Once again, I'm trying not to over too much on the icing because I don't want all that sweetness. I want to be able to taste. So that's how it should look. This is perfect. It's beautiful. I've got a little bit of icing left over if I have to fill any pockets. I think as you can see, it's pretty spectacular. I love this basic carrot cake. Now it's just ready to go in the fridge. So please, try it, enjoy it, and say something for your friends, because it's really good. Have a great day. Thank you, and please comment.